Hello, welcome to another episode of SDS. We are back for a Champions League roundup. A bit delayed. Usually we bring it out pretty soon after the last game of that game week. But of course, myself and Ilyas had to travel back from Paris.
Paris.
We were at the game.
No, let's talk about it first. We went sightseeing. Just coincidentally, the game was there at the same time. We didn't travel for the game.
Yeah, we decided. We didn't even know. We booked this.
Exactly. Me and him wanted to go on like a secret.
3 months ago. We booked this 3 months ago.
Like no one knew. You know the padlocks on the bridge?
The calendar ended up lining up with the semi-final second leg.
Yeah.
We were
Because
in Paris.
you didn't expect to go through.
We didn't, right? Because we had Real Madrid, the big Real Madrid. We thought going up. We booked this way before. We said, you know what, let's just go to Paris. City of love. Me and Ilyas want to link up.
Mashallah.
and just so happened, like, there was someone that was there that said, listen, do you guys want free tickets to the game?
Yeah.
So... We just went. We just
went next to Arteta as well.
The tickets were crazy.
Yeah, coincidentally.
Let me tell you something. We were separated but he was next to the bench, and me, no word of a lie. I swear to God, this was the seating. Yeah, wallahi. It was Harry Pinero, Sharky, Chunks, Edwin van der Sar.
First.
Wallahi, just sat 2 rows behind me, Alex Ferguson.
First.
Behind him, Nasir Khalifi.
First.
Romeo Beckett. What was these free tickets that this
One
guy gave me on the street was nuts.
Yeah.
So anyways, so we ended up somehow getting into the game. And then we had to come back. And obviously the episode got delayed.
He doesn't care.
So
I thought I was going to get subbed on yesterday.
Yeah,
Arteta gave me a kit and was like, yo, it said I am on it.
I saw your story.
Yeah.
so
I thought I was going to sub on.
Ilyas was basically...
He looked at me before Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, the injury crisis...
We needed a goal. He said, Ilyas.
Injury crisis
What we did?
meant that Ilyas ended up on the bench. But so today we're here to talk about both Champions League semi-finals. Both, not just one, because there was 2 semi-final ties. Especially one of them was even better. One of them had a 7-6 aggregate score. I think we should spend most of our time talking about that one. Yeah. But before we do, let me introduce the cast, because obviously you guys are excited to watch this video. And you've seen the thumbnail. Someone's turned up today that hasn't been here for like 2 months, 3 months. He comes for special occasions.
His eyes been twitching for the last 3 minutes.
He comes for special occasions only. He hasn't said a word. So I know you guys have clicked this. I'm delaying it because I know I want retention. You want to hear from him. So we'll introduce him in a second, right? He's the Grim Reaper of this podcast. He's the Grim Reaper. To the point where I fear sitting on a table with him. Like, I don't know what's going to come out of his mouth. I don't like
when he talks about Arsenal.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what's worse here? You know when someone talks so much? They're even scarier when they don't talk. Like, I'm like, talk!
Yeah.
He hasn't spoken.
He's just been twitching. I've seen
I'm
his
getting
left eye.
nervous.
Why's your left eye
I'm
twitching?
over-talking because he hasn't even spoken. But he shows up. So we'll introduce him in a second. But next to me, of course, Ilyas is here. So good to see you, Ilyas. He's not even clapping, bro.
No, it's fine.
He's frozen. Opposite him is Faisal.
Yeah.
Obviously. Had a good week. 2 hate watches successful.
Very
2
good
successful hate watches. So
Very good.
congratulations on that.
Thank you, man.
And last but not least, his face is definitely on the thumbnail. You guys probably clicked for him and not me. So please, guys, welcome the Grim Reaper himself. Arsenal's biggest hater. Sharky's biggest hater. My arch nemesis. Isli, man.
You're not clapping for yourself?
20 minutes of them just chatting shit.
Actually, it was 3.5 minutes. I've got the time
I don't know how long it was if you just chatting shit.
I wanted to introduce the pod. I'm happy. I'm good vibes. I'm trying to change my life.
Come on, you got Miami jumper on.
No one's trying to hear that. I'll be real. No one's trying to hear that. What we're trying to hear is what the happened to the club this season. That's
you
what
tell me. I don't know.
What the hell happened to their club this season?
Ilyas, let's take a back seat, brother.
Yeah.
Take a back seat. You know I'm coming for you as well.
I've been here
You
before.
think it's only him that I'm coming for? You know I'm coming for you as well. But don't worry. You just sit there. You little midget anyway. Just sit there. You just sit there and relax.
Yes, let's talk.
Oh, wallahi, the way I've been waiting for this episode. I think it's inevitable at this point. It's been this is like the 3rd season where I having to do this. It's just becoming routine now. Wallahi. I honestly, this is routine for me. This is becoming so predictable. And it's surprising that 5 years to the SDS podcast, people don't learn their lessons.
No, but I told you the Lever Black Magic is working.
No, don't try it. Okay,
Surviving
already you're
Liba.
trying to chat
Surviving
bullshit.
Liba.
Black Magic. That's what
You do something.
You know how sick you are now. You know how sick you have
I
to
think it's
be
you.
to now condition yourself to now believe that I'm doing Black Magic.
I think it's you.
You might be.
You said you generally think I'm doing Black Magic now.
Bro,
That's how bad it's
it's
gone.
impossible for someone to always leave with the win somehow.
But when I'm telling you,
you know you're smashing it.
Because
and the thing is, look, I told you, I want no problems. Like, I'm trying to be friends with you again because I know.
I don't want to be friends with you. I'm here to take a soul. I'm here to
see. That's black magic.
I'm here to take
black magic.
I'm saying, bro, the guys are mad.
Here to take a soul.
But let's let people here to talk to hear about the game. Obviously, yeah. So from before we speak, we're at the Champions League. I've said a lot over the last few weeks. I deservedly deserve to get grilled and cooked and whatever. Of course, 100%. And I'm here to take it. But from the outside looking in, go United. You've been saying this. It's Arsenal. It's the same story. What have you seen? Objective. It's not even objective because to be fair, you're watching it from a specific lens of hating Arsenal. So it's not even like you're not even a neutral anymore. You're just anyone who's against Arsenal. But from that point of view, yeah, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Nah,
you watched the game, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, of course,
both
I
legs.
both legs.
Cool.
Both legs from pre-match, from the warm-up.
I know you're.
I was watching how they were warming up.
Hey,
He's like Klopp. You know, Klopp's watching the opposition.
I'm just watching.
In your living room.
Every little detail from the first minute to the last minute.
Did you think we were bad?
I think the first leg you were bad. I think the second leg you done a lot better. I think you performed a lot better in the second leg. But irrelevant. I don't care about the performance. I'm not here to talk about the performance. I'll be real with you.
We're going to talk about the performance.
We'll talk about the performance after, but that's not the point. I'm just so surprised at why you lot are surprised. This happened. This is the script every season. Why do you do this? Why do you guys come on here and act like, oh my God, I don't understand what's happened, what's going wrong? Everything is in front of you. Every year, everything's in front of you. The blueprint is there. The script is there. It's like you're watching the same movie over and over again, hoping for a different ending.
I've
told you how many times.
Not really because we've not been in a Champions League semi-final since 2009. So it's not like we're used to this.
It's the inevitable that you're walking, bro. How many years has Arteta been in this job?
5 in a bit. Yeah,
it's gonna
ish. Yeah, 2019.
You know, bro.
5 years.
Mr. Arsenal, you know how long Arteta's been at
All
the
right,
club.
fine. 5 years and 6 months. Yeah, 5.5 years.
I said thank you very much. Don't do the pretending. So 5 years now. 5 years now. Yeah.
Yep.
And this is my problem. I saw the episode where you were on with Fuzi. Yeah. First of all, disgusting episode. I think that was shameful. I think it was embarrassing the way you lot treated Fuzi. I think it was horrific. I think the fact that you had the nerve to while he's celebrating a Premier League trophy.
Yes.
You somehow made it about the Arsenal show. How? Tell me how you done that.
I personally
how did you make it about the Arsenal?
I personally think I would have loved to have heard from Fu's side how Arne Slot really did this. You know, what tactical changes did he make to Klopp's team to make sure they win the league? He brought none of that.
No, but you know you don't have to understand. They won the Premier League. He can talk about whatever he wants to talk about.
Yes, but also we're a podcast that like to break down things in football.
No.
And he didn't do that.
Listen.
And I don't take back what I said. Obviously,
I think you need to take back what you said. There's a couple of statements in there we'll get to that I think you need to take back. But ultimately, just coming back to the Champions League, coming back to Arsenal, I think again there's some sort of delusion that's running through your club. I'm seeing your manager coming out saying that he thinks your team was the better team in over the 2 legs. He thinks in 160 minutes out of 2 games. That's what he said. He said 160 minutes. He said 160 minutes. He said he's basically saying 20 minutes you lot are good across the 2 legs.
I didn't hear
the other 160 minutes we were the better team. So it's not even just a sickness that runs through the fan base. Clearly, it's a sickness that runs through the entire club, from the manager to the boardroom to the players. Arsenal Football Club. We actually break it down.
So you don't agree with that at all?
I completely don't agree with that.
Okay, but you agree with somewhat.
I don't agree with anything
108 minutes, how many of it were we better, do you reckon? And how much do you think they were better?
Why does it matter? You lost the time.
No, but I'm saying. But you brought that statement. No.
Listen. For me, it doesn't matter how many minutes you were good for. Ultimately, you got knocked out of the Champions League.
100% we're out.
This is another year, 5th year in a row where you got no trophy. Yeah? No trophy. Last season, we had an argument. Yeah, we had a full-blown argument about you telling me that you were happy with Arsenal finishing second. This is what you were saying because you had the platform to then go on and achieve big things. You were complaining for the last 2-3 years that the only reason why you're not winning the Premier League, the only reason why you haven't been able to win the Premier League is because you did this victim mentality. You tried to play the victim mentality of, it's Man City, it's Pep's Man City. Who can stop them? It's impossible. There's no team in the Premier League at the moment that can stop City. This is what they do. They've been champions for 6 out of 7 years. It's Man City. If it wasn't for any other team, we'd be champions. We're coming to this season now. You got Liverpool, new manager, same squad.
Done a great job, to be fair. Yeah, done a great job.
Come in with the same squad. They haven't really done much business in the summer. And the gap between you and them currently, as we stand, before you even travel to Anfield this weekend, Yeah, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Before you even
No, we
travel
won't,
to...
'cause I choose what we talk about, mate. Not you.
Well, today's my podcast. I'll tell you that for a fact. Today is me. They ain't coming to watch me. They ain't coming to see you. They're coming to see me.
To be fair, they come to see me as well. 'Cause if I wasn't here, the comments would
listen.
have Sharky.
15 points is the gap currently right now. You know the biggest gap between first and second was Manchester United's Oli, which was like 18, 19 points.
Yeah, when he came second, yeah.
When we came second.
Yeah.
So you're basically 4 points off that. You're literally 4 points off that.
Yeah,
That could basically
end up breaking that record.
You could literally come end
Is
of
that
the season.
the biggest gap ever between first and second?
That's the biggest gap in the Premier League era. That's the biggest gap.
Yeah.
You are 15 points behind. You've drawn 13 games this season.
Mental.
More than half have come from you being in the lead.
That's bad. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
It's bad.
Shocking.
You've lost
I
more
know.
games this season than you have in a couple of seasons. So this isn't about. It's not about the fact that, like, and you can make it seem like it's about things haven't gone our way, injuries. You can make all of these excuses, and that's what you're trying to allude to with Fuizzi. It's like from the start of the season, you started off with the excuses of it's the run of games. You said it was the run of games. Liverpool haven't played any fixtures. Then you tried to play the injury card. Even when Liverpool last season had injuries, the gap wasn't that big. Liverpool had a similar season to what you were having this season in terms of injuries, in terms of that sort of...
We'll agree to disagree there.
No. They had injuries. They had probably more hits in terms of injuries, big names last season than you guys have had this season.
We'll agree to disagree there.
And yet, they didn't have the gap that you lot had. And the fact that you haven't even spent a day at the top of the Premier League this entire season, whereas at least them last season, they had periods where they were on top of the table. And then you want to now come on the podcast and say stuff like, you rather be in Arsenal's position now than Liverpool's position. As you know how delusional you have to be.
I said rather be in Arsenal's position over the next 5 years than Liverpool's position. That's what I said, yeah. That's me looking ahead.
You think Arteta's got another 5 years?
I hope so. I'm talking about
I hope
Arsenal.
so.
I said
I'm
Arsenal.
telling
I said
you,
Arsenal. I said Arsenal Football Club.
Saliba.
It's not
Stop. You're going to do your black magic. Stop.
No. I told you.
I don't like when he does this.
Stop.
I don't like when he does this.
Listen,
No,
you can make it black magic. You can make it what? It's just facts. It's just
Go ahead.
that you guys don't want to take in what I'm saying, and then later on,
I'm taking what you're saying.
You get shocked. In 5 years,
Yeah.
your club can be a completely different club.
100%.
Just because you are second now does not guarantee that next season you are going to win the
100%.
league.
I
It doesn't
agree
mean
with
that you're going to be in that same position.
I agree with that.
You're already feeling it this season.
I know that.
You're already feeling it this season. There were already, in January, February, there was already portions of fans turning on Arsenal. In my opinion, Arteta's got his last... This is last round. This is last strike. Next season will be his last strike. It's literally his last... I think if he doesn't deliver a trophy next season, he's out of the door. I think about 70 to 80% of fans will turn on him next season.
Neither of us are on the board, so neither of us know.
No, I'm telling you, bro.
A lot of people said that. A lot of people said that. So it's fine. But
Listen, you don't have to be. There's some things you do not have to be in certain positions. You do not have to be working in the club. You do not have to be in the boardroom. You do not have to be on the bench to understand the dynamic of what's going on between the fans, between the club, and between the management. You don't need to. I don't need to be in the room to understand that if Arteta doesn't deliver a trophy next season, he's out the door. Because fans won't have that much patience. 5 years without a trophy. Man United, yeah, we're in our worst period I've ever seen in my club. Yeah, I've seen my club go to 4 finals. There's no excuse for a football club. I don't care what the circumstances are. For a club that you lot been parading about for the last 2-3 years, the fact that you come on the podcast making these crystal ball predictions for your TikToks and then you want to come back to later talking about in the next 5 years we're going to win 3 Premier League. That's bullshit, bro. You know deep down that's bullshit. But you guys live in this delusional world where you think that whatever good that's going on with your club is going to last forever. It never does. It never does. You see it with Tottenham with Pochettino. Mm-hmm. There was a period where everyone's thinking, okay, they got a good squad now. Yeah, they're going to go on to win something. Did they ever win something?
Nope.
Never
it's
won
margins,
something.
It's margins.
Look at what
on
Tottenham
the
are
lucky
now.
side or bad side.
But I'm saying to you, you look at Tottenham now.
Bad relegation.
They had one that you could argue.
Margins.
You could argue
Arteta,
Pochettino. They're the same.
I agree. There's margins.
What's the difference? There's nothing different about them.
There's margins.
They both speak Spanish.
They both speak Spanish.
PSG Arsenal.
Yeah.
PSG Arsenal.
Yeah.
I want to speak about a few things in that tie.
Yeah.
Listen, I agree with everything you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yes, I'm deluded. I can say things. I'm gonna back my team, and sometimes it's gonna be too much. I get it. But at the same time, like, I'm not crazy. I know it's a failure.
I tell you you're deluded.
Okay, I'm crazy.
I think you're crazy. I think you're deluded.
I think I am.
And
I think I'm deluded. Okay, I might be a little bit
2 months.
crazy.
But let me tell you what's gonna happen. I told you. I can tell you your script.
That's
I know your playbook. But I know your
game.
playbook though. I know your playbook.
Go ahead.
You're gonna say, okay, now you're gonna try to say, okay, play the my
Cool.
bad. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
In 2 months,
Yeah.
when preseason starts,
Yeah.
it's a different Sharky.
Game starts.
It's a different Sharky.
New season.
Already delusions come back.
New
Then he's
season.
gonna start talking crazy again. I'm telling you now, this Arsenal team This is his last legs. I promise you.
Okay.
You don't deliver trophy. Saka, his club. Saliba, his club. Well, like, they're running there. They're running there.
You want them?
They're running there.
Why?
They're running there.
Why?
Because your club's you do your black magic as well. You say someone's coming to a club within 2 years, they're with you.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for your.
Give me Saliba, yeah.
Saliba, you're gonna take Saka as well because that's what you do. You're
Okay,
hungry club. You're a hungry, greedy club.
PSG Arsenal. PSG are through to the final. We've got to sort of give them credit.
Yeah.
For me, yes, of course, good performances all around. But the reason they're in the final is because of a lot of players, but specifically one man, and that is Donnarumma. All right,
I've never seen that like that
unbelievable.
before. It's
Both
like
legs.
as the rounds get better.
I can't believe how good he was in both legs there.
Can we be honest?
Go ahead.
You know, Arteta said 160 minutes.
Yep.
You don't agree with it, of course. It's not crazy. For me, it's not crazy for him to say that.
It's not outlandish.
It's not outlandish
No.
for him to say that. Because I think yesterday,
The first
you
20
guys
minutes,
were the way better team.
For
Okay,
sure.
that's
The
cap.
way better team.
Cap.
The first 20,
Especially the
Cap.
first.
It's the first. Apart from the first 20
half
minutes,
hour,
what did they really
they
do?
maintained it throughout.
They didn't
PSG,
really.
okay.
They didn't
Do you
really
think PSG was
maintain
good
it.
yesterday?
Bro, PSG hit the crossbar. They had some quality chances. Cavara hit the crossbar.
Yeah, but their chances were all against the one players. The time when we were having.
And what were
No,
you
no,
doing?
I know.
Phase
And we-
6,
and we
Arteta turned to Stoke
yeah,
City,
and-
Rory
yeah,
Delap
yeah,
throwing in the ball in the box. What football is
didn't
that?
end up scoring from
What are you
it.
telling? What are
We
you
didn't score
watching?
from it.
Look at what you're watching.
They are through, we are out. We're talking about Donnarumma's performances. Faisal's right to say that we were on top of them, especially the first 20-30 minutes. We didn't put our chances away.
30 minutes is crazy. Stretch, put it down. It's about 20
I
minutes.
was there.
It's about
Oh
20
yeah,
minutes.
I would say it's the first
I
half
was
an hour.
there. I
First
said
half an hour,
20 minutes.
We had those two
Who
big
cares?
chances.
Who cares?
Donnarumma
Who cares
made
if
some
it's
amazing
20 or 30?
saves.
Who cares?
Yeah, but how did that 20
What I'm
minutes
saying
to
is-
say that you lot dominated the game or you lot were better the better team? In that 20 minutes, because of that 20 minutes
Yes.
where you had
the
2-3
same
good
way-
chances where the
It's the same
goalkeepers.
as the first leg. It's the same as the first leg, bro. PSG, the first 20 minutes were the better team in the first leg.
So you think? Oh, so you're telling me now that in 20 minutes of the home leg and 20 minutes of the away leg, that's the only time that PSG were the better team, and that's why they ended up going through and winning both legs.
My brother.
Come on, listen what I'm saying to you. Be honest and reflect. In that 20 minutes, all you done was throw balls into the box, which was a good tactic. Fair play. You threw them off completely. They weren't expecting it, and it caught them off guard, and you almost got a goal out of it. Fair play to you.
We also had other chances.
Now let's look up.
We created other
Now let's
chances.
watch the rest of the game. You can't say the rest of the game now. You played better.
But you also can't say that they destroyed us. Like,
I never
was,
said
it was
first
it's
leg.
a game
I
of
think
football.
first leg they dominated you more.
It's a game, and we'll be lucky to get away with 1-0 down. I agree.
And second leg, yes, you put on more in a fight and you made it more of an even game. I would say probably there were the swings of both sides.
But even-
Both sides were throwing.
Even the first leg though, because when we said, we dominated, especially the first 20-30 minutes, your first thing was, they had chances, hit crossbar. Even the first leg when they were a better team. We still could have left with a win. Like Gary Martinelli, Trossard. What I'm saying is,
Man of the match of the first leg was Donnarumma.
Yeah, for me both legs Donnarumma.
because he made very, very good saves. And
So
I
we had to
understand-
have good chances for him to make those saves.
But I can look at chances where Raya made good saves. Right, David Raya made
But
good
yeah,
saves.
I'm saying not
but
to the level.
in both legs.
This is me giving Donnarumma
because-
credit.
Yeah,
This is me saying how
that's
good he
fine.
was,
And
especially because in this level, you see Courtois on it for Real Madrid. At this level now,
Fine margins.
it's the fine margins. It's you have a keeper like that, that's playing like that, possessed basically. He's a wall. That is what gets you to it. So what I'm saying is they're through to the final, not us. That is the fact. But if I come on this pod and say PSG through to the Arsenal out, we don't have a podcast.
But I'm
so
saying
I'm talking
Donnarumma-
about.
but what I'm saying is-
I'm talking about. Okay, this is what happened. This is the wave of games. This is the wave of how the game went. Donnarumma was unbelievable because we need to talk about it.
I think how
No,
it went was,
I don't mind you
He was
saying
unbelievable
Donnarumma
both
was
legs.
good, but
But for him to be unbelievable,
but-
we would have to
no,
have loads of chances.
No, but my thing
So-
is you're trying to box it you're trying to put it into a box where it's you only went through because you're a goalkeeper. That's not true.
No,
though.
I said
No,
a
it's
lot
not.
of the reason went through 100% was because Donnarumma was.
That's not a lot of the reasons. Though. That's
It is.
one
In the
aspect
first leg,
of it.
he
That's
saved
one
two.
aspect
He
of
saved
the
two
game.
1-on-1s, and in the second leg, he saved two amazing
And,
chances.
you,
bro.
and Raya
That's
didn't
4
make
goals
so,
there.
but, okay, but
But I'm not
You're
saying
talking
Don-
about the quality of his saves. Yeah,
Yeah.
some of the saves that he made were
They were like
were-
goal
yeah.
scoring,
Yeah.
of
Of
course,
course, and that's-
stopping,
and
saves,
that's
yes.
fine, and
Which is amazing from
which
him.
is amazing.
And PSG.
But why are we not talking about how they also control how their midfield bossed your midfield?
In the
How
first
we-
leg,
Yeah,
yes.
we had no
first leg.
part in first
Yeah,
leg,
so the first,
Yeah.
even second leg, I think their midfield outplayed your midfield. Even in this second leg,
I think it was quite
They
even.
had
It was
a bit more balanced,
they had more control in that midfield. Apart from the first 20 minutes where you guys were like pampering them,
Yeah.
they had essentially the control of the game. But there was never a time in the game where I thought, oh wow, Arsenal are really really over that.
So not in
They
the
had-
first
they-
20 minutes.
I'm
That's
saying
Forget-
the
not even the first 20
20 minutes where dishing balls into the box and trying to get something off it. That's fine. You threw them off. But what I'm saying is, in terms of dictating the game, actually controlling the game, their team did a much better job at doing that than your team.
I think we controlled it yesterday. I think we controlled it when they took off Barcola for Lucas Hernandez and went 5 at the back. That was the last 20 minutes is when we absolutely were all over them. But they couldn't handle us. No, but we were chasing the game, but we were still all over them. But we dominated the midfield. We dominated the chances. We had chances from the edge of the box. We had Saka, who missed obviously a big sitter, which he should have scored. The goal that he scored came from them taking off their striker and trying to go defensive. I feel like the first 20 minutes and the last 20 minutes is when we had control of the game.
I don't think you had control in the last 20 minutes. I think you put more pressure on them because you were desperate for a goal, which is...
what killed us this season and what killed us last season is we don't have a clinical number 9 and we don't have depth in the squad where we can take those chances. Their chances, the first leg, Dembele, goal. Kavicha, who scored the second goal for them again?
Yesterday, Hakimi.
Hakimi scored the second. They're right back, pushing up into a weird position. He's playing as a left winger. Goal. Do you know what I mean? And then on top of that, they've got Donnarumma, who's making... You don't see the last time you saw it was Courtois in that Real Madrid run. Like, you barely see goalkeeper performances
free
like
off their goal.
But I'm also agree with you in terms of the first leg, they dominated the midfield. Of course, Partey missed out. Then yesterday, we had 2 Bozo moments where they scored. There was the Partey mistake on the edge of the box for the second goal, and then the first goal.
Partey mistake as well.
The Partey mistake. Miles as well. Miles yesterday didn't have a great game. Those are the fine margins because their players didn't make any of those bozo mistakes. They've got Pacho who's come in, wasn't their starting defender at the beginning of the season, and then you compare him to Kirill where he was slipping around yesterday. Then you've got Partey who missed the first leg, and then which detriments the midfield because now Declan Rice has to play in position he's not great suited to.
Odegaard's been struggling.
So those things are what put us down. I'm not taking away from PSG having a great 2 legs. They had their best players played very well. Their front three was amazing. Desiree he showed the world in the 2 legs. I'm the next up and coming young star. Kavicha showed why they signed him in the summer.
No, in January.
Sorry. Dembele showed why he could potentially win the Ballon d'Or this season. They've got Hakimi who's arguably best right back in the world. Donnarumma, the best goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean?
But
then you've got Arsenal.
No, they are the deserved finalists.
They are the deserved finalists.
I'm not saying
finalists.
In another world, it's in another world, especially if you look at like this sounds excusey, but the XG. Yesterday specifically, bro, we should have gone through based on the XG. I knew it was gonna be a reaction. What I'm just saying is,
the thing is, I'm gonna be real. Yeah?
Yes.
You know the 3 goals which they scored.
Yes.
All 3 of the goals which they scored actually on the 0.50.
Hakimi runs a good effort.
All low XG. Yes, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they're through to the final. We're out. We've got egg on our face. Our season's done. We're playing for nothing now. And to be honest, we could finish as low as 4th or 5th in the Premier League. I don't think we will, but I'm saying it doesn't look good, right? This season has been bad, like a turmoil.
Bro, it can end terribly.
We had 4 surgeries, all that kind of stuff. It's been a bad season.
4 surgeries.
It's been a bad season for us.
I've never heard someone say 4 surgeries.
We have.
Nah, come on, man.
We have. Saka had a surgery.
Can I tell you something?
He's our best player. No, we have more than 4 injuries.
4 surgeries is crazy. That's a new one.
If I say, there's injury and there's injury and there's a surgery.
I just heard Ilias dissect the game and tell me how many guys underperformed. He told me how many guys on his team made a mistake.
Yes.
He told me how many chances they gave away.
Yes.
But yet you were the better team. How does that make sense? How does that add up?
In the second leg we were.
I don't think you were the better team.
But you know what?
I think you had. Look, you could give yourself.
There.
You could say that you put up. Look, 2 things can be right. You can say that Arsenal played a lot better than they did in the first leg. They put off more of a fight, and I'm not taking away that. I think they played a lot better. I even said to you right at the start, they played a lot better in the second leg and the first leg, in my opinion.
Yes.
But that doesn't take away the fact that PSG, across the park, in my opinion, their attack to their midfield, to their defense, were a lot better than you and their goalkeeper.
That's right.
And that's the reason why they're headed to the final, and that's the reason why you're not going to the final.
The only reason why I made those points were...
You're trying to minimize the performance of PSG to make it seem... No, yeah, you are, because you're saying that the reason why they're going through, the difference between the 2 teams is the goalkeeper. That's not it.
I said goalkeeper was the biggest difference.
The difference between...
I said goalkeeper was the biggest difference, and I still stand by that. I think Donnarumma's been... Donnarumma's unbelievable on both legs.
But then also...
I was at both legs. I was there.
Can we talk about...
I couldn't believe the performance from the goalkeeper. So I'm saying the biggest difference was Donnarumma in both legs.
He made some big saves.
180 minutes, he was the biggest difference. He conceded 1 goal in 180 minutes, and that was a scrappy goal that he could do nothing about.
Yeah, no, like
he's the biggest difference. PSG first leg, I think they came to the Emirates and they shocked us, and they were the better team. And I was happy to leave 1-0 down.
Yeah,
especially because we're missing Partey. Mourinho's playing midfield. Decker's know how to play deeper, and that just didn't work. The balance didn't work well, and I was happy to leave 1-0. I travelled to the second leg, thinking we got a chance now because Partey's back in the team. We started off very strong, and I was very happy with that. And we should have punished them in those first 20 minutes. At least get 1 goal back in. So it's 1-1, and then it's back to 0-0 basically. We've got another 70 minutes to kind of make something out of this game. We didn't. And I knew if we don't make something happen from this wave, they're going to punish us. They did. Fabian Ruiz, by the way, unbelievable goal. Did really well.
Big deflection.
No, forget the deflection from now.
But they'll take the ball away from Martinelli.
The bounce. Do not rush it. Take the ball with his chest.
And then
striking it. He done everything he's done was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable goal. When you hit a goal, when there's so many bodies, you take the strike so deflections can happen, right? Goal, great goal. Now we're 2-0 down on the leg and the tie. We then made a couple of mistakes because we had to go for it. We're 2-0 down. We had to commit for it. And I was watching Arteta, and he was pushing players high because that's how we made a lot of mistakes, because we're 60 minutes away from going out to the Champions League. I did think we, in the second leg, were the better team, performance-wise, but we got nothing from it. We're out. Whether you think that's true or not, that's different. They're in the final, we're not. Over the whole course of 2 legs, they were the better team. I think in the second leg, I think we could have taken a lot more from it. And my problem now is, it's the same story where we can't put away our chances, and we've been struggling with that for a long time. And that's it. We're out, they're through, egg on our face, season's done. What can we do? Not trophyless, and now we've got to wait to see how everything ends up.
And
this is the story.
And this is the story of Arsenal.
This is the story of Arsenal.
This is the story.
There
this
we
has been
go.
the story for the last 5 years.
We'll take it. And then now we're going to say, let's see what next season happens.
Of course, because that's what you are. Like I said to you, this is what you do. Every season.
Nothing.
Same story. And it might even end more sweeter, because now you have to beg my club to do you a favour now. The club that you were cussing back in
what favour?
6 months ago, where you had him on the table as well, and you were doing kiki, and then kiki, and let me give you blows, and then kiki. That remember that episode? That's what you did. That's what you were doing. Exactly. It makes sense, doesn't it? Because you play for the club.
What favour do we need?
Now you need my club to do you a favour,
which is
win the Europa League. So now you're ending the season by supporting my club. Don't act like you don't want my team to win the Europa League.
I want Bodo Glimt to win it.
Bodo Glimt right now, if they don't win it right now, if they don't come back from 2 goals down to win it, it's most likely going to be Tottenham and United final. Let's keep it real.
I hope it's a great final.
And let's keep it. It does have a lot to do with me. I'll tell you why it's got a lot to do with you.
Why am I getting involved in the Spurs United?
Because again, you were talking shit about my club, right?
Yeah,
you will make you.
It's banter.
It's banter between it's
rival fans.
It's banter. And so I'm gonna banter now as well.
Of course.
I'm gonna banter now as well.
Yeah, of course. That's football.
My club.
Yes.
Sitting in 16th. About to win potentially could win a Europa League.
Potentially could win Europa League. Yes.
Who's had a better season?
Up to you.
No. Who's had a? Let's have a conversation now. Let's have a conversation now. If they win, who's had a better season? Shots.
If United win the
Europa League, who's had a better season? Arsenal or
Arsenal to me.
Arsenal again.
Champions semi-final, second in the league.
So again, finishing second is bigger than
so
European
if I don't
trophy.
give you an answer that you want,
no, I'm just saying. I'm asking you to elaborate, because I want you to elaborate. So finishing in second. No, because
we've got to move on to the next game.
That's
go
fine.
ahead, finish your point.
My point is, I want you to elaborate. I want you to say this on the podcast. Go on.
Yes,
so I want you to hear this, because when we end up winning. In my opinion, I think we're going to win the Europa League. If we end up winning the Europa League, I need you to say it with chest, stand on business, and tell me right now to my face that finishing second is better than winning a European trophy. That ultimately gets you the same thing as finishing second. Go on.
Arsenal have had a better season than Manchester United.
No, say what. So
that's my statement.
So your statement is that. So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not putting about
without Premier League.
I don't want to be putting words in your mouth. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth.
You can't put
so second place. I don't want to put anything in your mouth.
Okay, let him say.
How many more times do you want me to say this?
Yeah.
Whether Manchester United win the Europa League or not, Arsenal's this season has been better than Manchester United.
Oh, so even if Man United win the Europa League?
For me, what does whether United win the Europa League or not mean to you, my friend?
So I'm asking.
You were born in this country, I wasn't. So your English will be better than mine. And you're older than me.
No, I don't.
Whether United win the Europa League or not.
Don't do that.
He's a foreigner.
Don't do that.
I'm a foreigner. I don't have English passport.
Doesn't matter. It don't matter.
So what do you want me to say?
You're trying to run away because you're trying to run away. You're trying to deviate from the point. No, you're deviating. I'm just asking you a question. Ask the question. I'm saying to you. If they finish second, no, don't do the crazy thing. Okay, gaslighting again, manipulation again. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
Okay, last time ask me a question because we got another team.
Finishing second
Yes.
with no trophy.
Yes.
Is it better than finishing 16th with a European title? That's what I'm asking you.
But what's the European title? Well,
Europa League.
Okay.
Europa League. Winning the Europa League,
Yes.
which ultimately gets you the
Okay,
same
forget
thing.
the extra stuff because
Yeah.
not bringing.
So, but he said, answer the question.
What's
Don't
the
do the Arsenal had a better season, man.
Okay,
Just say, answer the question.
ask the question in one line so I can answer. We'll move next game.
Is finishing second with no trophy
Yes.
better than finishing 16th with Europa League?
Yes. Okay. Barcelona versus
Delusional. Did you see this is
Barcelona
delusion?
Inter. Barcelona versus Inter
Delusional. Here you go.
You don't like my
Delusional.
answer? Okay,
No,
whatever.
it's
cool.
delusional.
Okay.
You're deluded. You're
Okay.
deluded, act.
Thank you, my
Every
friend.
season is I'm happy with finishing second, but then every season you're getting second. How does that make sense?
If you said to me at the
No,
start of the
because you-
season,
no, it don't
you
make
said to me at the start of the
sense. You
season,
don't make sense,
Would you
bro.
rather finish
You don't
second
make
in the
sense.
Premier League, go to the Champions semi-finals, or finish 16th in the Premier League and win the Europa League?
Because you're a loser. Because you're a loser. That's a loser
Okay,
behavior
my
mentality.
friend,
Because
cool.
you're a loser. That's what
I'm
your
a
club is.
loser.
You're
Okay,
losers.
cool.
Yeah, so
You're
you're second.
Okay.
Finishing second every year is
Barcelona
better.
versus Inter Milan,
Yeah.
7-6.
Yes.
You've done both watch-alongs, Faisal.
Real
You haven't
clubs.
spoken
Real
much
winning
this
clubs.
You haven't spoken much this
Real
episode.
clubs that win trophies.
You haven't spoken much this episode, so we're gonna give the floor to you because
Yes.
you've been covering Barcelona a lot this season,
Yes.
especially with your channel.
You're secretly at Barcelona.
Yeah, like you are like, for me, you're my go-to Barcelona content creator. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you are Barcelona content creator.
Yeah, you are.
But you are.
Let's
Can't say you're not.
Because you're
Let's
not.
not do
Because you
that.
do
Let's not do
Barcelona and
La
Real.
Liga, no. I'm in La Liga.
No, you're not. 'cause
No,
I've
you don't,
never
'cause
seen
you
you.
don't
I've never
do
seen you
any
cover
other team.
like
You don't do any other
Leganes.
Atleti.
I've never
You
seen you
don't
cover
do any
I've done
Leganes.
Atleti.
What about Real
versus
Betis?
Vigo.
I've done best.
And I asked him the other week about Bilbao. I said, yo, give me a breakdown of Bilbao. He said, oh, forget it, bro. Put it in the bag. And we smoked them 3-0 at home. At their home ground.
By the way, that's
Yeah,
still
you-
second
yeah,
leg. Still second leg. Still second leg.
Barca versus Inter,
Yes.
7-6. It ended up in across both legs, but obviously we covered the first leg already in last week's roundup, so forget about that. This one, 4-3.
That was for me the greatest hay watch I've ever had.
I can imagine because
Bigger than
because
He
A2.
was on the phone to you.
I
when it
can
happened.
imagine because in the 87th minute, Rafinha put Barcelona through to the Champions League final.
Yes.
All right. Acerbi, the oldest man on the pitch, made it 3-3 to go to extra time.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing for you. And then the sub, Fratesi, scored the winning goal and to knock Barcelona out. Talk about, first of all, obviously how great that was for you. But as a Champions League semi-final, have we seen a Champions League final?
I think that's the best one ever.
That's one's crazy.
7, 6, 13 goals.
That tied the most goals in a semi-final
Yeah, I can
with,
see, I'm not surprised.
with
Yeah.
There's another one.
something else.
I think Liverpool Chelsea was the closest, maybe.
15 years ago. But that was tied, 10 goals. But that was, for me, the greatest hate watch I've had. I've watched them lose 8-2 against Bayern, 4-0 against Liverpool. This meant something. This was personal to me. Same way this is personal to you. Them yesterday, losing yesterday was personal to me. This was amazing because treble, we lost 3-0 against them. It was long. But I think yesterday...
We lost 4-2 to treble.
Huh?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Was it 4-2? I think it was 4-2, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but the game itself...
You said it. I
He
got
said trouble. He
PTSD,
did
bro.
say trouble.
I got trauma, bro.
But the game itself was sensational. Like the game itself,
it was
a game of runs.
As you might see, we did a watch along. So did you, obviously. It was mental.
Inter 2-0
Yep.
against the run. To be fair, they were
Both legs 2-0 up Inter.
They were the better team in the first half.
Yep.
But then the person that changed it once again is the 17-year-old Lamine Yamal, who literally was the reason why Barcelona came back.
I think him and Garcia. Is it Garcia? Not Garcia.
Eric
Left back, Jared Martin.
By the way,
Had a smelly first half.
Jared Martin has been ass this whole season.
I heard, yeah.
The second half turned into Marcelo.
Yeah.
He needs
assists.
to, wallah, we need to drug test him. Why wait in the second half? The 2 assists.
Yeah.
The assist to the first. By the way, the first goal, the left back assisted the right back, Eric Garcia. Great goal. The second goal, he assisted, incredible assist to Dani Olmo. Makes it 2-2. The moment the 2-2 came in, everyone knew Barcelona was going to come back. Inter, Lautaro Martinez went off. They were playing a low block for no reason. Forget all about it. They made it 3-2.
Yep.
Barcelona made it 3-2.
Mental.
The game was done. But you know what changed it?
87th minute, Rafinha went. The guy that's going for the Ballon d'Or. I was like, this story.
And that second finish was good as
made
well,
for
you
it.
know.
Great finish.
Yeah, on his right foot, on his weak
But
foot.
you know what changed it? What changed it for me was Inigo Martinez going off and Ronald Araujo coming on.
I think we said the same thing on
Yeah,
stream. I
Araujo
think
said
when
it.
he came off, we was like, why are you taking him off?
Araujo was the mistake. It's like Marquinhos.
Yeah.
Upamecano. He's got the Bozo genes about him.
It's mad how it's changed because was it injuries? Because before he was
He was
guaranteed
reliable,
starter,
but last season
reliable.
the red card against PSG
Yeah.
and what Gunnar can say about him, we can't trust him.
Yeah,
We
it's
like-
messed up
Yeah,
his PR.
PR's done.
And even his confidence, probably his ability as well.
Facts. And then yesterday, the third goal and the fourth goal. Like, we're not forgetting about the fourth goal, by the way. Like, Marcus Thuram literally
the little triangle that they done.
Yeah. But yeah, it was crazy.
Amazing, right?
Absolute sensational feeling.
No
that finish from Serbia as well.
Great.
That's
great finish.
But Arujo was delayed to pretty much intercept it.
Yeah.
And the fourth goal got beat by Marcus Thuram. By the way, Kubasi should have done better by basically pressing Frattesi. It didn't happen.
Kubasi didn't have necessarily a great tie as well.
Kubasi, I don't know.
Not that great. The penalty he conceded.
It's a chaotic game though, to be fair.
I know, but the penalty he
chaotic,
conceded, the last goal, I think last week he had a moment as well on the halfway line. I can't remember what happened, but he had a moment on the halfway line where he was in some trouble, but like he didn't have the greatest time, but he's still a baby.
Bastoni for me was sensational, both legs.
Yeah, amazing.
Yesterday was not yesterday. Tuesday was elite. Was absolutely especially with Lamine Yamal.
But the man of the tie is Denzel Dumfries.
5 goal involvements in both games.
Bro,
Crazy.
Mental.
Crazy.
5 goal involvements, and the cross for the last goal was perfect.
Incredible.
Drilled low.
Incredible.
There's nothing else Serbia could have done.
That's
All you have to
nothing.
do is put your foot and it goes in.
Absolutely.
It's
Nothing.
mental,
Absolutely.
and he's obviously this is the Inter Milan way. DeMarco and Dumfries have so much say in every result they have. Where the ones even the first leg they assisted each other. Like DeMarco played in that ball in behind from the middle, from a 10 position.
From the middle of it.
To Dumfries, who was a proper number 9 running behind. Like it's these two are just so influential to their team because they've got a lot of old heads centrally.
Yeah.
Mkhitaryan.
Especially,
but those old heads
Hakan.
are so technically good.
Yeah.
Hakan, who's a bit like 31, 32.
Mkhitaryan.
Mkhitaryan's a bit older, mid-30s. Serbi's like pushing 40.
Yeah.
But then here, they're
Energy.
so athletic.
Yeah.
You know, but then
Physicality,
they also
the
come
energy.
here.
Yeah.
And like do this, and he played in behind. So the system, I think, this is what is Inzaghi for me is one of the best managers in the world, and he's in another Champions League final, second one in 3 years.
3 years. Yeah.
Because the tools he's given aren't the best.
Yeah.
But he makes such a flawless system or hard to figure out system that it's always going to work.
And the change that he did, by the way, he took out Hakan and Mechi. And
Frattesi and
brought in
Zielinski.
Frattesi and Zielinski.
Yeah.
Like elite.
And
like
from
elite.
straight away, the first move was with already Frattesi and Zielinski
both of them
involved.
The move I liked the most was the DeMarco, both legs. He took him off early.
DeMarco early.
55th minute.
Yeah.
You're struggling against Lamine. I'm going to bring on Augusto. And Augusto had a great second half and extra time. He had a very good.
I can't believe he didn't get a yellow card as well. Like the amount of times he fouled Lamine.
Yeah, but
Lamine, the both legs, you could tell. Yeah.
Wow,
Ballon d'Or.
But he's the one where I was looking at him and I'm like, he's not losing. Like he's not losing this game. He's making. He did everything he could for them to win this game.
You know what's crazy?
Every chance. He's taking it on his back. He's saying we're not losing
losing.
this game. He's got that air of delusion. Yeah. That's why he said even Madrid. I don't care if we're 2-3 down. We're gonna win this game. They've been 2 down both legs. He's not losing. He's got that mentality in his head that I don't care.
You know,
the circumstances.
Obviously, it's 22 men on the pitch.
Of
so
course.
You know, he gives me Messi vibes in terms of influence.
He's nothing like Messi. I hate when I hear that.
No, it's what in terms of influence.
Yeah, in terms of influence on the pitch.
Not as a player.
No. As a player, it's completely different.
Yeah.
They're two different players.
It's more profile-wise.
Way more Neymar. Yeah.
But in terms of influence, taking the game by himself, like this is Messi. I watched Messi do it for the past 15 years.
Yeah.
The way he did it yesterday. I heard Pedri had a poor game.
Yeah.
Pedri, by the
Pedri
way,
didn't have a great game,
the first half was he was too rattled. It was too animated.
Yeah.
Frankie to me, the midfield was good.
Calm, yeah.
Rafinha was poor. Dani Olmo was poor. It was only Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
It was only Lamine. The way the Messi comparison was more to the influence. He had to take it by himself.
Yeah.
And bro, the chance which could have been 4-2 with that Sommer, by the way, we just
yeah.
Same way we spoke about Donnarumma. Jan Sommer
in both legs as well.
And sensational.
At an important point as well.
That's safe.
That head was straight at him, but could have done better. Who was it headed it?
Which one? Danny, that's the second goal.
The save. Was it a header?
It was, no. It was the save. It was a free save that he made.
There was a fingertip save for Lamine.
I'm talking about there was a save. That fingertip.
That one, the fingertip.
I thought we talking about the save we made where he was going this way. And then,
Eric Garcia.
That was poor from
also a great save.
That's the one.
That was second after.
That's what I said.
Yeah, it was 2 minutes after that, and they almost
assisted
assisted each other.
Yeah.
That was mad.
Yeah, but they had the Yamal save.
Lamine Yamal, bro, that could have been 4-2.
Yeah,
And game's done at that point.
And it became 3-3. What it reminded me of, if you guys remember, Madrid City, before we scored, Rodrigo scored back-to-back goals.
Yeah.
Grealish.
Yes.
Hit the post.
Yes. The little roll. Yeah.
Just moments.
Yeah.
But
It's the fine margins. It happened in the Arsenal game. But it's fine margins. It happens all the time in football, especially that high level quality of football in Champions League.
So does this hurt Rafinha's or Lamine Yamal's chances of winning the Ballon d'Or?
100%.
Because they're now.
Rafinha should have never even. Wallahi al-Azim should have never been part of contention.
Yeah, but come on, we're talking Ballon d'Or here. It's not really about who the best player in the world is. It's about who's won the most things.
He's had the best season.
But I've just seen a fact here. Actually, between 1990 and 2006, right, 17 Ballon d'Ors were given out, not a single one of them went to a Champions League winner. So
Wait,
it's only been a Champions League
1990 to
between
2006.
1990, the year you were born, to 2006. Yeah. 17 Ballon d'Ors were given. 17 years, like obviously, yeah. Not a single one of them was given to a Champions League winner. So any Ballon d'Or you can name me between 1999 and 2006, the person who won it didn't win Champions League.
Yeah, but what about from 2006 to?
Yeah, I'm saying a
Yeah,
lot.
it's
Yeah,
just
now it's
saying,
been more of
yeah,
a thing
fine,
of
yeah.
you win Champions. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's bad. 17
but
Ballon d'Ors in a
last
row.
season- But last season never happened. Hey, Rodri won it, fam, last season, and Vinny won the.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm saying but there's been
Yeah,
years. But
yeah,
I'm
I
saying
know.
in those 17 seasons,
Interesting.
none of the winners were. I didn't know that's a cool fact.
But
So
I
yeah, they could bring that
they're
back
in-
now.
they're-
Obviously, like I said, Rodri won it last year without winning.
But I don't. But
Champions
right
League.
now, I think the Ballon d'Or is back to Salah's hands.
I think so too.
Is Barcelona in the Club World Cup?
Dembele's got a
Barcelona
shout.
in the Club
I
World
think
Cup?
if
is-
Barcelona.
Dembele
Dembele's
scores
got a
or has like a big part of that game.
he has a shout. He has a shout. I think right now Dembele is probably in the most strongest position because if he delivers in that Champions League final,
I think he
and
will
he
as well.
leads and he leads
I think
PSG
so
to
because
win.
I would love
first
that.
Champions League win as well.
Yeah, I would love
And
that.
PSG, bring it
his
to
numbers
the team.
since January coming
Yeah.
in January has been
It's a
I think
French
he's
award.
got the most in the
Yeah.
calendar year.
and
Yeah,
they're
that's
still
what
on
I'm
route for
By far.
on course for treble. Yeah.
Treble.
Yeah, they won the league already.
Yeah.
Just
So
gone,
so
then-
so if
Are
they
they in
do
the cup
that,
final? Are they
Cup
playing-
final.
cup final, and they could potentially win the Champions League. So if they win the treble and he plays a big part in that, then I'm talking about indoors finals as well, specifically because that's what people tend to remember.
Yeah.
If he does that, then 100% Ousmane Dembele's got a big shout. But outside of that, I still think Salah has a big shout. I still think Rafinha's got a big shout because of his numbers. I don't think Rafinha's even the top two players at Barcelona.
Even.
I think they're giving it. They're
I think
putting Lamine
Pedri
ahead
and
of him. Yeah.
Yamal are ahead of him.
Yeah.
But obviously, I understand football's also a stats-based game as well, so that does take into account. You can't ignore the numbers, especially with his numbers.
In terms of
it's-
stats as well,
Yeah,
I would even put potentially Lautaro because he won
He's
Cup
having a good
America.
season,
yeah.
He won
He's
Cup America.
maybe outside shout.
The
as well,
league,
yeah.
if he wins the league, by the way, because
Is that Cup
the
America
3 point.
carry on to this season or last year's award?
No, it's a
He's
new-
been
it's
on
a
the
new one
podium
for this
quite a
season.
lot. He's been
Because
on
it's
It was last summer.
Because
though.
I thought Rodri won the Ballon d'Or
Rodri
because he
won
won the
Ballon
Euros.
d'Or.
You're
That's
right,
why
you're
people
right,
were
you're
upset because they said that he should have been
You're
a
right,
lot
you're right.
higher in the rankings.
Who? Lautaro.
Lautaro,
Last
yeah.
season, yeah.
But no, I don't know. The problem with Inter's team is I know Lautaro has probably been influential, but there's no real like standout performer.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
very hard to give it to someone in Inter. I just think it's between Rafinha, Salah, Dembele, and Lamine Yamal. I think it's just out
I
of
think
those four.
Rafinha's out of it.
Huh?
I think Rafinha's
I think
out of it.
Rafinha's
Out
out.
of Rafinha's
I think
out.
Because he hasn't been.
I think it's Dembele or Salah.
He hasn't been
Now,
influenced.
I
would be
think
Dembele
it's Lamine
or-
Dembele or Salah.
Rafinha hasn't been influenced ever since Bolde. By the way, Bolde and Kunde has been both big misses.
Yeah,
Barca.
100%.
Oh,
Like
huge.
Bolde and
100%.
Kunde, that for me, that's the reason why Barca lost.
How you
If
feel
they
about
had
the weekend Classico?
on Sunday,
Yeah.
It's nothing to
you
think,
want
bro.
that
It's-
like delusional.
It's not a rivalry anymore, man. They keep beating our ass. That's what that's
Yeah,
what
you
you
think
need
you'll
to be
finally beat
saying.
them? Nah, but
That's
they
what you
need
need
this
to
because
say.
they can win the league.
But they keep beating your ass.
Nah, but they need
How
this. They
many
can
times
still.
this
What, this
season?
in 3 times?
Yeah,
Are they not?
we beat them last 3 times.
Wait,
last
we're not
season.
talking about last year. We're talking about this season. We're talking about this season.
Yeah,
though.
we're talking
This
about
season, what have you done?
It's a 3 this year, 3 last year. So what? Last year,
Yeah, but so this season
Yeah.
they got the momentum.
It's going to
They-
game
yeah,
7
what
this
are you
Sunday.
talking about?
It's going to
So
game
they got the
Sunday.
momentum.
Sunday's game 7.
Game 7 Sunday.
Yeah, 3-3.
Game 7. Yeah,
Nah, but
game
you can
7.
win the league because if you win this game, you're 2 points behind them with 3
No,
games left.
1 point behind them. So at the moment, we're 4 points behind them. If we beat them on Sunday, we'll be 1 point behind them with 3 games.
Oh
left.
yeah, I just seen it.
And they have the
one
tougher,
behind them with 3 games
and,
to go.
and they have the tougher games.
They
They've
can win
got
the league.
Espanyol, they've got Villarreal and Bilbao. 3.
They can bottle their treble potentially in this space.
Bilbao.
I genuinely think Sunday we will win if one person starts,
Who?
and that is
For you or for them?
for us.
Arda.
That is the sensation. The keys should be given to him.
Arda.
It's Arda Güler. give it to Arda.
Yeah,
we
he's a
win
baller.
on Sunday.
I don't know much about the innings of Ramjes. Who would miss out for him to come in?
Rodrigo.
Oh.
That's your guy, man.
No.
Oh. You know how greedy they are. They just turn so quick. Wait, I remember they were greedy when they booed Ronaldo.
About this club.
Arda
They
Güler,
booed
Arda
Ronaldo.
Güler,
They're
Arda
entitled.
Güler. Arda
That's
Güler.
crazy.
Entitled,
Bode's
obnoxious
back.
people.
I'm worried about Bode.
Bode's back.
And I'm
They're
worried
just
about
nasty
Stop
people,
calling us
man.
bold as well, bro.
You lot are
It's like
nasty.
4th time
Yeah.
you called us boldy, bro.
Bode. No, it's
I know
Spanish.
I'm losing my hair, but
No,
come on,
Spanish.
bro.
Spanish you
It's
say
like
Bode.
4 times.
In Spanish you say Bode.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
So you're nervous about Bode being back,
Bode is back. Liwa is back.
but then you don't want
Koundé,
Rodrigo to go up against Bode
Arda Güler.
on the right, yeah.
Arda Güler sensational. Arda Güler, you
You're
guys will
playing
see
on the
on
right
Sunday,
wing.
huh?
Play him on the right. You want to play him
He
on the right.
rotates. He's Messi. He rotates from anywhere he wants on the pitch. I'm telling you guys
Don't
think
call
I'm
him Messi,
crazy.
that's pressure, that's
You
pressure.
guys
Yeah,
think
no, this is
I'm
delusional,
crazy when
yeah.
I talk about Arda Güler. Wallahi, al-Azim, on Sunday you guys will see the greatness of Arda Güler.
So wallahi as well, yeah, cool.
Okay,
We'll
so
see.
Champions League final is PSG versus Inter Milan.
So wallahi as well, we'll
Yeah.
see.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Let's see.
cool.
Champions League final is between PSG and Inter Milan. No one predicted that final, by the way.
I predicted
When the But ages, not now. No, yeah, we picked it when the semi-finals were decided. I thought when
Come on, man.
I thought when
It's not hard.
when we saw the brackets,
when the brackets were made.
Everyone thought Barcelona would be Inter.
when we saw
I
the
know.
when we saw the brackets.
Yeah.
No one
What do we
predicted.
think? We probably thought it was gonna be like Liverpool
Bro,
or
credit-
Real Madrid from that side. Liverpool or Real Madrid. No,
PSG had a tough run as well, bro.
We thought it was gonna be Liverpool or Real Madrid from that side, and then who? Barca or maybe even Bayern from that side.
Yeah. A lot of people had Bayern, yeah.
Bayern, yeah.
Because they had quite easy
They had
run.
Bayern
Facts,
beating
facts.
Inter,
Yeah.
and now we've got PSG versus Inter Milan. PSG knocked out 3 English teams in a row. You guys knocked out 3 English teams when you guys won it in Paris, right?
Didn't they beat all
They-
4 English teams this season?
Yeah, they have.
PSG.
Yeah. Man City,
They-
Aston Villa,
Yeah,
Liverpool,
and
And Arsenal, yeah, they beat all
they
4.
beat-
Yeah,
so-
yeah. Because I think Luis Enrique mentioned it.
Yeah,
yesterday.
they're all
I think
40,
he said
yeah,
family
the
league.
League of
He
the
laughed.
Farmers.
Yeah, the League of the Farmers. Yeah.
21-22 we beat Chelsea,
Liverpool City.
Liverpool City.
Yeah.
Liverpool in the final. So PSG obviously have beat 4 English teams in this whole process.
Yeah.
Inter Milan obviously have just been getting about their business.
Yeah.
How do you think this final looks? I mean, I
Inter.
saved this fun fact for Arsenal, but we're out now. But whenever there's been a final at Munich in the Allianz Arena, a new winner was crowned, and PSG haven't won yet. So could it mean PSG's getting there first?
He thought, yeah.
You know
Could it
what?
be that
If we was in a
PSG
final, he was going to say
Do
it.
you know what it is? Yeah.
I saved it for Arsenal, but I can use it on PSG still.
Saved it for Arsenal. You know they were saying everything. Wallahi.
Listen.
Everything under the sun. They were saying
do you think-
because every time the
Oh,
Pope, they said
yeah.
every time the Pope died, the English team won the Champions League. You know the way, you know the way they were running.
I
with
love
that
those ones. I love
stuff.
those ones.
Like,
But,
they
is it the
were
last
running
time
with
Inter
that
won
one.
it? Was it in Munich? Or was it at Madrid?
No,
Was it at
Inter
Madrid?
won it against Bayern.
Munich.
It wasn't in Munich.
Was it in
against
Madrid?
Bayern. It wasn't in Munich. I don't know where it was.
Say that again?
When Inter won
Madrid.
the...
2010
It was at
was in
Madrid,
Madrid.
innit? Yeah, I remember it was at the Bernabeu, yeah.
Because Jose did that.
Bernabeu, I
and
remember.
he
It was in
joined the
Madrid.
team.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
I
was in
remember.
Madrid. So yeah, Chelsea won their first Champions League
Yeah, yeah.
in Munich.
In Munich.
And another team won the first Champions League, I think, in the 90s.
It's going to be interesting.
So PSG.
I think you said it to me
Inter.
the other day. I think you said most Champions League finals of recent years have all ended 1-0.
Apart from last year, which was 2-0, I think the last
But
5 in
before
a
that,
row
yeah.
before that was like 1-0, 1-0.
This
City
one-
Inter
this-
was
this
1-0.
one, yeah.
City was 1-0. Real Madrid Liverpool was
This I
1-0.
can see this being a 1-0.
Chelsea
It
City
can
was
be
1-0.
1-0, yeah,
But
A
it's
lot of
weird
them won
because Inter have conceded so many goals in
Even-
the last
yeah,
2
even Madrid
rounds.
Liverpool.
But in the last round,
Yeah.
against Barca, I can see PSG capitalizing on it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
You
'Cause
think, so that's it. Do you
Enrique
think
doesn't
this
change
one-
the way he plays
Do you think
against
this one,
no one.
because Inter just had a 13-goal knockout tie,
Yeah.
and then before PSG Villa was 9 goals. Like these guys have been going like
They've been going on mad goal
Inter
run,
versus Bayern was what 7 goals.
Damn.
Do you think this final will be another big?
Oh, imagine if we get
I
a
think
7-goal
because it's a final, it's going to
Yeah.
be tense.
Yeah.
It'll be tense.
Low scoring
It'll be
game.
tense. It'll be tense.
Yeah.
Who wins?
I say PSG wins.
I got
I've
PSG.
got Inter.
The streets need PSG to
I'll
win.
go. I'll go
I've got
PSG.
PSG is for the streets. What we saw last night, them partying, it was
Yeah.
mental.
Oh
No,
my
no,
days, we
yeah,
got
yeah.
trapped.
Yeah.
You know, before the game,
Yeah.
me, Shoaib, and AV was going. The riot police stopped us
Yeah.
because they knew we were English, so they've surrounded us. Yeah, and then AV's with us. He's got a Dutch passport.
Yeah.
He's gone, I'm Dutch, and they've gone, okay, and they've let us through. And then we're in the queue waiting to get our tickets, and they've looked at us and they've gone, you guys are Arsenal fans,
Yeah.
and we've gone, no. And AV's gone, I'm Dutch. And then there's a woman in the crowd that's Dutch, and he starts speaking Dutch to her, and they go, okay, they're good.
Yeah.
They were gonna get cracking
So
yesterday.
basically, without AV, you.
Oh, I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
I'm
I
being
see.
out.
I was out there. I wasn't
They'll be
part-
hanging me off the Eiffel Tower with my legs dangling. I'd have been cooked yesterday.
That's not even the PSG fans. That's Angry Ginger fans. Man.
Oh, it might be. Yeah, it might have been Ginger. that
Maybe.
did
It was
that.
Ginger's fans.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. Hey, they've got warrant for
Aye.
you as well. You know,
You know that out. You can't go into. You can't. If you go to the premises, police are there waiting for you.
they got
For-
warrant
for-
for
for-
you.
Yeah, they
why?
got warrant for you.
In Manny.
And money,
They
why
got-
do we wait for Yeah,
They got warrant for you. Copper box, not Manny.
I've loved the money, man.
But copper box, they got a warrant for you.
Nah,
Yeah,
I'm good.
pictures
I'm
on the
good.
wall.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good at the copper box.
If you
man.
see this guy, get him in the rear naked.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Nah, I'm good. I'm good in the hood, man. I'm good in the hood. I'm good in the hood.
But yeah, so the Champions League final is on the 31st of May. Arsenal's journey ends there.
Damn.
To the joy and delight of most of you guys, and especially these two sitting across from us.
Don't worry, man.
We go again next
Wait,
season.
no, don't worry. We got race for Final Four.
Yes,
We have
sir.
race for the Final Four.
No hate on us there. You're supporting us.
Come on, that's my team. I can't do
Well,
that.
yes.
That's my team.
Please.
But don't worry, that luck that I bring for my team,
Please,
that black magic that
We
you
need that
keep
black
talking
magic,
about,
please.
That black magic that you talk about,
Please.
I'll bring it for SCS.
4 games
We've
left.
been begging
of the
you
season.
to
I'll
use
bring
it.
it for SCS.
Arsenal one's done. Now it's STS time.
4
I'll
games
bring
left
it
of
for
the season
SCS.
until we're mathematically out.
You don't
Put
love
what in the
that
bag?
face.
The top
Put
4.
what
Brother, 4 games and 7 points behind them.
You're doubting
Yeah.
my,
Wow.
you're doubting my
It's
managerial
It's my team. It's
skills.
my team as well. You know, like,
You're down in maths.
You're talking
Wow.
to the
You
manager.
guys, you guys have seen. I care more. What my reactions to STS is more. It's better.
you don't
and-
believe.
It's more passionate.
You
You
don't.
believe
It's
you
done.
believe in Arda
Can I
Güler more than you believe in
Faisal, can I be
Shaki?
honest with you? Can I be
That's
honest with you?
crazy, man.
Yesterday, I sacrificed Arsenal for STS victory to get into the top 4.
Say again?
I sacrificed Arsenal.
You know what?
You
I'm prepared.
I sacrificed
You
Arsenal.
sounds like you lot doing the black magic.
No, I don't think that's
You know what? You know what? I'll combine with you.
Yeah.
On Sunday, I'll sacrifice a Madrid victory for Monday STS victory.
No, you have to
Against
sacrifice.
N5, yeah? Come on.
Come on. You have to
Against
sacrifice
N5.
the top 4, bro.
Yeah, but that's it. Against N5.
Top four.
That's the one he was with.
There's a lot of sacrificing happening. This might be a good one, man.
That's a big case.
That's a bit of a
Bookie pod now.
But yeah, Champions League final is on the 31st
Astaghfirullah.
of May. Yeah, no sacrificing or black magic will be done here.
Astaghfirullah.
It's a majority Muslim podcast.
Yeah. So why are you
it's just
accusing me?
banter.
So why are you accusing me?
It's
then?
just banter. No, it's just jokes. It's just banter.
Okay.
You know, at the end of the day, it's we're brothers in Islam.
Yeah.
Champions League finals on May 31st. Arsenal's journey does end here, but PSG and Inter Milan are playing in that final, and of course at STS we do cover football. So congratulations to PSG and Inter Milan. We'll try and cover that final as best as possible. And
the Man United Tottenham final potentially as well.
Man United,
We'll be covering that as well.
To be fair,
And you'll be wearing a Man United top on that.
Face off.
When did I say
Wait,
that?
he's gone if.
When did I say that? Get the clip on, man.
Oh, you might be.
When are you going green?
When am I
You two are here together.
Whoa!
And he's wearing
Hey,
green.
that
You see it?
Haywan-
Subliminals. He's wearing green as
hold on,
well.
hold on,
Wallahi,
go on.
I can't believe.
Go believe what?
No, he's done black magic, bro. Yeah. This guy said to me halfway through the season when Chelsea was going to win it,
Yeah.
the forfeit was, I won it. Yeah. This guy out of nowhere said, he's like, what if United win the Europa League?
And they were still
This was, by the way, this was still league phase.
Yeah.
I was like, fam, I was like, I don't care.
He said, go on,
And he's like, are you sure? Like, shake my hand right now.
Yeah,
If
you got out of it potentially.
Wallah, black magic, wallah.
One game.
Potentially.
One game away. And I don't
And
have
no green.
Well,
By the way,
I know we're going to the
But
final.
let's be real.
We're going
If
to
this
the final.
season,
Yeah.
Arsenal doesn't win no trophy.
No, please.
Yeah.
United win Europa League.
Yeah.
STS FC make top 4 and no green
You
hair.
got to look at him.
Oh, we have to look
And
at it.
guess what? Add something else to that.
What?
And if Chelsea don't make Champions League, it's long.
What do you mean?
Oh,
it's supposed to-
because obviously, but
if
it's top
Chelsea
five.
don't make Champions
Where are they in the
League?
league?
Yeah, you're a bit scary. You know?
Oh,
Hold
yeah,
on.
still
If
Forest.
Chelsea don't make Champions League, United win the
I
Europa
think,
League.
I think they're playing
League.
Newcastle and Forest. I think Chelsea
It's
have
long
Newcastle
for
and Forest left as well.
And you're not having to get Zaz to come here with the
You're
razor.
gonna have to go
And
bold.
You're gonna have to go bold.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, you do.
No, it wasn't.
If we get Champions League and you Chelsea don't.
If they won for Champions League, it's null and void.
Hey.
No.
Yeah.
No,
That was a
Yeah.
No, it
We
wasn't.
get
No, it
Champions League.
wasn't.
We just found a different route.
Yeah.
We just found a different route.
Oh, that wasn't in the contract.
Yeah, listen.
And he signed it.
No. The fourth
Oh.
one. Who finishes above who?
No. Listen. It's about to get Champions League. To get Champions League
After the
football.
season, he said, if it's Champions League football, it's can't be shook on it.
His team. I was gonna do with
listen,
that.
you want
You're honorary Chelsea.
That's the Chelsea. The cage.
Get the hell.
That was a dance.
Are you crazy?
Let's go.
So what we doing?
Chelsea.
What we
You
doing for
kept saying
Tottenham?
bold, yeah.
Bilbao? What are we doing for Tottenham United?
If it ends up becoming a Tottenham United final, obviously for us it'll be the worst possible final, but for STS it'll be great because we get good content. So we will do a face-off, like Arsenal will do face-off videos between United fans and Spurs fans on the podcast. Yeah, exactly. 3-on-1. Yeah. No. So we'll nominate maybe. I think Liban makes more sense because Liban's best hater. So Liban and Fuad will do a face-off, and we'll probably do a post-final.
Can they go Bilbao?
Hey, if he wants to go, we'll try to send you both out there. We'll try.
Oh, I love that. Wait to Bilbao. I would love that. I would love that.
We'll try. I heard there's no flights, nothing.
No flights. Why?
Yeah.
Bro,
with
they
Harry
already
yesterday,
booked. They already booked it. Spurs United fans.
Oh, okay.
So you might have to fly to another city and then
and then
drive.
driving.
We'll figure it out.
You ain't even got a license as well.
But it's calm,
Anyway.
man. But I got my new Man United fans on that day anyway. My new Man United fans that day.
I haven't decided who I want to win.
You know
I
who
haven't
I
decided who
I need to get closer
Don't
to the
pretend.
date. I need to
I
get
can
closer
say
to the
Let-
date.
let the final be
Wallahi,
confirmed.
you'd rather
No.
United to win.
Let the final be confirmed.
Wallahi, you'd rather.
I don't know.
Wallahi, you'd rather
I don't
United
know,
to win. You want United to win.
He
I
used to
don't
wear
know.
Tottenham shit.
So you want Tottenham to win? You
I
say
didn't
that?
say anything.
Okay, you want United to win.
Hey, but
I'm speaking
I
for
will
you.
say though,
Ange.
Harry Kane
Oh.
finally won a trophy. We won, baby. I gotta win somewhere. Hey. My boy, man. I gotta win somewhere, baby.
I thought we ended the pod like that. That's hilarious. Way to end the
Why are you
pod.
laughing? That's my boy, man.
So that's all right.
What, like what?
What, you celebrating Harry Kane?
I'm happy for my boy. Finally won a trophy wearing red. He's happy. He's good. He's
Wearing
doing
red.
good.
Wearing
Very,
red.
very
Just
good.
end the pod,
I'm
man.
happy
Just
for you.
end it, man.
Guys,
End the pod.
we'll see you guys very soon for more content. Thank you so much. STS right now has been a good run of content. Things have been going great. Ball League hasn't been going amazing, but hopefully we can turn it around. 4 games left of the season, plus a few extra points. You never know what could happen. You never know. You know, You never know. Also, the vlog, the Ball League vlog is out tomorrow as well from Estes versus United. You'll see some exclusive angles of Ilyas in the midst. Maybe, I don't know what angles we got because I saw Mercel in the video. His camera's facing the wrong way because he was too busy in the scrap. So I don't know what angles we got, but we'll see. But the vlog's coming out tomorrow as well. And also, we'll be back for, of course, more content. I think this weekend we might be doing a classical watch along. So there's a lot to come out. So we'll see you guys very soon. Support SSFC. Show us some love. We need it. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.